Hi my lovelies, lovely to have you here. I'm so excited. Today is a really cool new venture, new series for me. I'm going to be jumping on the age-old bandwagon of Zodiac makeup. Not unblended concealer, which I'm about to do, but Zodiac makeup. Today is the 20th, I think it'll be, of Nisan by the time this goes up, and I'm really excited to take a bit of a Hebrew calendar twist on the Zodiac trend that's been on YouTube. I've got a lot of resources that I used to research all of this, and I'll definitely link them below, or the ones I'll be using below. I'll also link the oldest video of this theme that I could find on YouTube and the one that inspired me to do it as well. So that'll be all down below once this goes up. So we do have 12 months of the Jewish calendar as well, and in Nisan we celebrate Passover. So we celebrate freeing ourselves from slavery out of Egypt, which I've spoken about before, and I'll have that linked as well. So just to talk a little bit about the word Mazal. So we hear it a lot in the Jewish world as good luck, Mazal Tov. Tov being good, Mazal referring to the word luck. But actually that is not. And this was news to me too, guys. That is not what it means. So Mazal literally means dripping from above. So like from the stars. And of course in our understanding of it, everything comes from the one and only. So, you know, I don't want to offend anybody in all of this, but I did do quite a bit of research, including Chabad.org. So I hope that what I'm saying is at least somewhat true and my interpretation is somewhat accurate. But this is what I have gotten from it. So basically there are quite a few scholars that in the past have referred to Mazal, or referred to the stars, as not necessarily ruling planets and things like that, because we as a Jewish people don't believe in luck so much, and that we believe in free will, we believe in good choices, we believe in making our own destiny and in our faith, and that what needs to happen and what should happen will happen. But we do also say that around our birthdays we do have extra Mazal, and of course a Kala, a bride, has more Mazal and can bless her guests, as can a birthday boy or girl bless his friends and family. So, you know, there is this concept of extra blessings or extra goodwill or good fortune at certain times. So around your birthday, obviously that would be one of them. So there is that relation back to the idea of horoscopes and zodiac and birthdays and the relevance of birthdays. So in Nisan, we associate that with the star sign Aries. Of course, in the secular calendar, Aries is been and gone this year. We're into Taurus already, but that's because the calendars don't always quite align so perfectly. But let's focus on the month of Nisan. So we know that it is an attribute of a generous and warm person, but also someone who is quick to pick a fight. Nisan represents the birth of the Jewish people and the miracle of creation. So Aries, on the other hand, is associated with the planet Mars. We must think of fiery, red and bright orange hues. When dealing with this sign, it stimulates, enlivens and motivates. So that's the two sides of this particular sign. So that's why I've chosen to wear my mum's red scarf here. Just a upside down triangle tied into a bit of a fancy mess at the front here. And I've pulled out red earrings because it's actually the only other red thing I have in my whole entire wardrobe. Tons of burgundy, tons of coral, nothing orange, nothing red, because it's just not my colors. But I did put on a little warm white top because the Mazal, or the sign for Aries, is the lamb. So this kind of reminded me of a bit of a lamb. Okay, let's get into the makeup. As you guys saw earlier, I had some concealer on, which I blended in with my beauty blender. Some skin issues have popped up. I barely even had an opportunity to start my new moisturizer, and anyway, I do think it's just the change in diet this time of year, so I'm going to give it a fair review when things have worked out a little bit more internally. So I did some color correction, light and contour, and then I just set it all with my mineral foundation that I almost always use. I'm going to be doing a really fiery eye look and lip look, so we'll get into that. So just applying my Urban Decay eye primer. So I'm going to start with a really beautiful big fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to go into, which is like a beautiful deep burnt orange, and just applying it right into the crease there and just blending straight away. Next I'll be taking this beautiful flat fluffy brush and going into a deeper sort of brick red colour. I'm just going to apply it straight underneath, really getting it into the crease. So what that gave us was a bit of a deepened crease, which really helps when the face is relaxed. And just going on the theme of generous and warm, but also keeping in mind the fiery redness of Mars. Okay, I'm going to take a tiny little brush like this, and I'm going to dip into a little bit of the Pesach idea of Nisan, and I'm going to go into a gold, really beautiful gold color like this. Okay, and I'm just going to work it into just that first section of the eye there, bringing it all the way up into that dark brick red. That reminds you of the sands of the desert? Now this is a really exciting palette, and this comes from first edition, BH Cosmetics, and I thought it was really appropriate to stick with the BH Cosmetics today because they do have a Zodiac palette with baked minerals or shimmers in there, which looks amazing. And one day, guys, one day. But for now, I thought I'll at least stay true to the brand and dip into these gorgeous reds that I have here. Got these colors here. So I'm going to start with the deepest red, most pigmented one there. Just still using that same brush because I'm going to be blending everything out anyway. Okay, tapping off excess and really going into the very right or very outer side of the center. So we kind of, if you pretend there's a middle line there, you want that half of the middle all the way up into the dark red. And blending it up vertically as well as with that yellow. Pretty cute. Just dust off that e.l.f. brush, and we're just going to use it to do the corners there. And I was thinking for the corners we might go a little bit closer to where I'm comfortable color wise, and I think that still talks a little bit about the theme of Pesach. I'm going to go into this wine color there. It's hinting towards purple a little, or mulberry, but I think it's just so pretty and it'll go so cute with these warm reds. I'm trying to put it up to marry with that brick red and create a V at the same time. I do have a very similar product to the kind that's in the Zodiac palette for BH Cosmetics, and that is this baked mineral eyeshadow, or colours can be highlighted too. This one's called Galaxy. They actually do have a pink Aries colour that they market as a cheek colour. We're going to use this just to give us a bit of a finished off kind of glitter just through the middle. I think it'll really work well to brighten up that yellow and orange, or yellow and red transition there. I'm going to go for a little flat brush like this because this is a baked in the, or set in the pot pigment. It tends to be a little bit harder to work with, so I'm just going to really pat it down right in that middle, that second half of that middle, and not really respecting that middle line this time. So if we had that middle before and we went out to the out of it, this time we'll go right on top and to the right. That's beautiful. Quite happy with that one. Finishing the corner, I'm going to use this really light, almost pastel yellow. It's more like the beaches here in Melbourne. So sort of like a creamy yellow. And I'm just going to brighten up this corner there. Going over the wet line with my pencil here. So nice and creamy. And it just gives us a nice base to add some colours on both the waterline and also to the lower lash line. I've just got a bit of gold on this pointy dense brush. And what this allows me to do, I've got to be very careful, is it allows me to print onto the wet line and just below it as well. Just effortlessly blending down the colour all in one little dab. Just fixing up that corner. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, and just to finish up, I'm going to go back into that original dark brick red. I'm just going to create the bottom half of that V. Just really gently. So again, this side I can find that in editing you can see the left eye when I do it a lot easier than the right for some reason. So I'm being extremely gentle. I'm just using the fact that this is a V'd, slightly V'd brush to my advantage. I'm just really just poking that top corner of it to create the shape. So now just cleaning up with some concealer there, just to create that beautiful sharp line. Just use a little bit of the same yellow I have in the corners there, just right under the arch, and just blending it out to the side. Okie dokes, let's do some liner. doing that Egyptian cat kind of look there with a bit of a thick corner liquid eyeliner. And wait, there's a bit of a trick to this. So I always start by really respecting the shape of the top lid to a point, and then I draw just one dot where I want my tail to end, and then just very, very, very gradually colour them in. Otherwise this thick little corner can become Amy Winehouse in 2 strokes. We'll do some bronzer and highlighting now, which is always the best part. Always just really nicely pulls the face upwards. Otherwise you feel like you've got these really beautiful eyes and then the flattest face. Okay, just contour a little bit with that bronzer. Don't recommend contouring with just any bronzer, only one that's a bit of a cooler shade, because you still want to create a glow, but a cool glow. Okay, this one's just got a slight shimmer to it, which is what gives it that bronze. But if you have a look at it, it's not that orange, it's actually quite skin toned. And I did say you could use the Galaxy Mineral as a highlighter, so I'm just going to try, see if it actually works, because I know you can, but I never have. So just do that there. Okay, so it's very subtle, but it's very, very nice, and it kind of goes really well with the idea of warmth, but fiery. Very, very pretty. Very, very subtle. Another really cute trick that I often do is put a little bit of a lip conditioner before you do your lips if they're a bit chapped or dry. And it is very much central heating weather here today. So let's give them a bit of a coat with my apricot balm. Let's do the lip. So I'm thinking from the idea of rebirth and creation, why don't we do a beautiful pink nude lip? So very feminine and very sort of subtle, but will go very nicely to pull in the pinky tones that we use in the outer corner there. So just with the nude colour, slightly, ever so slightly overlining. So I go right beyond the border of my lips and fill them in a little bit. I find it keeps the lipstick on longer and it just feels more beautiful in that it doesn't crease and gather. Plus this is a really creamy product. So all in all pretty good. And I do think that your lip pencil needs to be creamy. Or moisturise your lips beforehand, but that cracked cakey lip look. Anyway. Just reading through these lipstick colour names. I found one that's called Pink Mist. Show you guys what it's like on the brush. Imagine you get to Mars and the clouds and atmosphere is all this colour. I'd go. Alrighty guys, this is so fun. I hope that this inspires something. I don't ever wear red, ever. I don't even like red accessories normally, but I don't know. This could be a new day. Alright, if you enjoyed this look, please give us a like and hit subscribe. If you want notifications, especially about future uploads, this series, then ring the bell as well. Drop me a comment, tell me what you thought. You know, I hope this inspires you to use a colour that you wouldn't normally, or wear a colour you wouldn't normally. I do love this look, and I do feel very, I don't know, Egyptian with it actually, more than I perhaps feel like an Aries. I hope that you guys did enjoy this though. Please do drop into my Instagram as well, and Facebook, and stay in touch with me there, and hopefully my interpretation on this has done it a bit of justice. Yeah, but I do like this look. I'm a bit excited about it. I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing day. Bye.